I had the great pleasure of attending Canoecopia back in March up in Madison, Wisconsin. This show is the largest paddle sports convention in the world, and it occurs around the second weekend in March every year. With all the manufacturers, adventure outfitters, destination locations, and 50-plus presentations of our beloved paddle sports, you'll need at least 2 days to see it all. I'm releasing a myriad of short videos of me interviewing some of the most interesting manufacturers that I think you'll like too. Here's what's next. Okay, we're into the show here, and I must say I feel like a kid in a candy store. Hey, I'm with Scott with Eddyline Kayaks, and boy, you guys have seen me go from hardshell kayaks that are heavy to inflatable kayaks with Sea Eagle, and I have really gravitated towards the lighter, efficient kayaks. And thermoform kayaks have been next on my list, and I've been wanting to learn more about them. So that's what we're going to do here with Scott.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, so Eddyline was actually the first in thermoforming. We're a 53-year-old company, and about sometime in the early 90s, our founder said, hey, let's find a way to move away from fiberglass. It's, messy, it takes a long time, but let's find something that preserves that lightweight, that high gloss finish. So they started playing around with thermoforming, and we were the first, and now that's all that we do is thermoforming. We work with the material called Carbon Light.
Carbon Light? Okay.
Carbon Light's the trade name of our extrusion that we've developed hand in glove with our suppliers over the last 30 plus years.
So you extrude out sheets and then you vacuum form them around,
That's right.
Around a mold?
That's right. We do that with the deck and the hull. So we have a mold for the deck, one for the hull. We use different sheet, and that gives it kind of that two-tone color. And then we weld the two halves together and fit them out, and away you go.
Just like welding steel, when you weld steel together, that's stronger than the steel itself. Same thing for the boat.
Exactly. It makes a chemical bond. If you try and rip it apart, you're going to break something before that seam.
Yeah, interesting. Well, hey, let's walk around, and he's going to show us a bunch of recreational type boats. We're going to work on sit on top and sit inside.
Great. Well, we got these right behind us here. We've got our sit on tops. We've got a 10-foot version, a 12-foot, and a 14-foot.
And it's all the Caribbean line.
And this is the Caribbean line. Yeah, that's right. So, really what we were starting with here is we needed to make a good paddling kayak. It starts with lightweight. A lightweight boat's going to be more efficient through the water. And then also the hull design. One thing that thermoforming allows us to do is you can actually form really distinct and prominent lines right into the molded plastic. That's a lot harder to do through rotational molding or working with polyethylene.
I love the sheen and and I love your tracks where you can mount rod holders or camera mounts in my case, or cup holders.
Yeah, that's right. We really wanted to make sure that however you wanted to deck this out, you could do so. Put your fish finder, put your rod holder on it. Our 12 and 14-foot versions do come with the Sea Dog flush mount rod holders, and of course the rear tank well where you can put your milk carton or your 5-gallon crate.
Yeah, now what intrigues me and what I've always liked about sit on tops is warmer weather paddling. This is an awesome layout because number one, you take water over the bow, it drains out the scupper plugs.
That's right.
It's just so versatile. And what are the weights?
Yeah, so the Caribbean 10 comes in just under 40 pounds.
That's easy to throw up on top of a car.
You can throw it on top of a car. Since it's 10 feet, you can throw it in the back of a minivan.
Okay.
And then you're going up to 45 pounds, and then our longest, the 14-foot, is going to be a smidge under 50 pounds.
Okay, but if that was rotomolded, it would be 70.
It would be 70 pounds, that's right.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
We've got the carry handles are balanced at that center of gravity, so you're able to pick it up overhead and you're carrying it and it's balanced.
Okay. So what about sit-ins? Oh, okay. The bow hatch for sure.
Last feature, we do a molded bow hatch. It's going to be watertight. Comes with a bucket liner, but you also have all that space in there. I like to use this for camping. You can,
So if you got tent poles, anything long.
Tent poles, all of it.
Slide it all the way back down. I mean, literally it come out the back. And if it got all the way to the back, you could go to the back hatch and push it forward.
Right. Yeah, when we were designing this one, we actually angled that rear hatch. We put 2 hatches back there, angled so you can access that gear a little easier.
Very nice.
Should we
Very
look at
nice.
our sit-inside rucks?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, so here we've got our sit-inside recreational boats. We've got 3 of our models here, Rio and our Sandpipers. And then over here we have...
And what sizes? Yeah, again, you have
Yeah.
12.
So this is just under 12. This is 11.9, and then the Sandpiper is 12 feet, and the Sandpiper 130 is 13 feet.
In what size paddlers are these for?
So the Rio's a me-sized paddler. I'm 5'7" and skinny guy. This is my Corvette. This
Okay.
is throw it on the roof rack, and you get out, and you're turning and carving it up on the water.
That's your weeknight paddling boat. You get off work, you got an hour to get a workout in,
Exactly right.
throw it in the car and go.
Yep.
Okay.
The Sandpiper series, this is if, let's say you want to bring a large dog with you, or let's say that mobility is an issue, hips and knees, and you just don't want to fold yourself up inside a cockpit. It's got that nice large cockpit, but again, the lightweight.
Yeah.
You're going to come in under 40 pounds. You got a 38-pound boat with a large cockpit.
38-pound boat. And that's because compared to the sit-on tops, you have a top and bottom with hollow in the middle.
That's
this
right.
one, there's not as much
Yeah,
material.
we're able to take out that material with the big open cockpit, and that translates to weight savings.
Interesting. And I like the frame seat in the real big one.
This one's great. This is another gear hauler like our Caribbeans. You got an 18-inch oval hatch back here. Literally throw in, the kitchen sink back there. So if you're going to be on a week-long paddle, I did 7 days on the Green River Labyrinth Canyon last fall, and I had everything I needed supporting right out of the back of this.
What I love about your boats compared to rotomolded boats is a rotomolded boat, the bulkhead right here
Yes.
is made out of foam.
Yep.
And it degrades in not too fast amount of time.
No,
Yours is all plastic and
yeah, that's all formed plastic. For us as a sea touring company, that's where our heritage is. We weren't willing to compromise on, that's a safety feature.
yeah.
Sealed bulkheads means that you got positive buoyancy if you're taking water into the cockpit.
And I did it once. I replaced a foam bulkhead and it took me probably a couple days to get all the old caulking off.
It's not fun.
Put the new one in.
That's
it's no
right.
fun. Okay, well, good. Well, Scott, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you.
showing me. I think my
Appreciate it.
viewers will like it, and we really appreciate it.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right. Take care.